attack made by the rebels against this station would be a useless gesture.
I wouldn't be too sure about this ghastly Death Star you've constructed. Can we talk about wristwatches instead, chaps?
Your sad devotion to that ancient religion has not helped you conjure up the stolen data tape.
I find your lack of faith in the Gentry disturbing.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.
As you wish.
Horology, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the urban gentry. Its continuing mission to explore strange new watches, to seek out cool vintage pieces with pure class, to boldly go where no watch channel has gone before. Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Today, my final unboxing. Well, I'm going to be doing a lot more unboxings, but this one is the last unboxing of a purchase for my own collection for 2018. I know, bold statement, especially as a self-confessed watch troll such as myself, but I'm going to try my hardest to hold out until that final, the big Grail, probably next year, judging by my financial track record. But anyway, yeah, I'll do a quick wristwatch check before we get into this. And yes, the subby is already back on the oyster. It didn't take long. It didn't take long. Look, it's great on the Nato strap, but this is the bracelet. I mean, it's my favorite bracelet, and I love this combo. After doing the last video, and spending, I think, how long did that take? About 4 or 5 days to film the review with the Tudor. In that time, I was kind of reacquainted with dear old subby. Well, if you haven't guessed by the introduction, this purchase is space related. It is my, I guess a secret Grail, or a subconscious Grail, because in the back of my mind, I'd always wanted this watch, but it's so rare, so difficult to get a hold of. I never thought I'd have a chance, and it was a big gamble. I did a lot of things that I advise people not to do when buying used watches, especially on eBay, but the gamble after a terrifying week of waiting and stalking the USPS. So let's change perspectives, then I'll come back and I'll discuss my choice, or my motivation or reasoning, or I guess trying to justify it to myself to buy another watch. But I think when you see it, it will make sense, and you'll understand just why I had to jump on this piece. Oh, and before I forget, thank you to everybody who guessed in the EDC that my everyday carry bag video, where I suggested I had this was going to happen. Really good guesses. In fact, it inspired me so much that when I review this watch, I will do a special, I think, on watches that went to space. I think long overdue, because there's just so many fantastic space going watches out there. So I will do that eventually. But anyway, without further ado, let's change perspectives and get on with the unboxing. And I'll do a knife check as well. I'm using the Benchmade, or the Benchmark, or yeah, it's Benchmade, sorry, is back, and yeah, it's been on active duty in my everyday carry for a little while. A little grippy, the Griptilian there. Fantastic knife. Oh, and I need to get my butler gloves on, so better do that. And as you can probably tell by the packaging, slightly strange that the bubble wrap is on the outside, but anyway, it's immaculately packed, which is so typical of packages from Japan. So I better crack on, make the first incision. Now this feels a bit more like it. Oh, I can see it already. It's peeking through. Oh, right. I'll do a drum roll because there's no box. So there's no... well, I'll get this box in and I'll do a drum roll on this. Oh my god. There it is. Yep. Another Fortis. Now you've probably noticed this is slightly different. We have different hands. This is a very rare limited edition of 300 pieces made for the International Space Station. Let's just check the back. So this is number 127 out of 300. Official cosmonaut chronograph. And on the dial we see the International Space Station, and you can probably tell by this hand setup there's an extra hand underneath the chronograph hand. This has the famous, legendary Lemania 5100. Yep, I sold my old one basically to get this one. 38mm again, with the brush bracelet. It's slightly older. They had changed to the 7750. But I had always wanted one of these, and I saw this special edition. My God, look at that! It's actually running. I can see the seconds hand on the little planet Earth there. It's actually running. So it is an automatic. And the Lemania 5100, it's a highly regarded. It's cam actuated. It's not a column wheel or anything like that, but it's hugely revered and sought after by collectors. Oh my God, it's got a totally different winding action to it. Ooh, that is butter smooth. It feels so different to the Valjoux 7750. So the Lemania 5100 was used by Omega, by Zinn, Hoya. So we've got the screw down pushers again. I love that brushed bracelet. It is obviously, it's in more used condition because it's older, and we do have the tritium. If we see right, let's look at that gorgeous dial. Yep, you can see the T indicators. We have tritium. So the loom is slightly aged, but the neon orange has not faded, which is great, because the ones I saw, the neon had faded. And look at the printing of the planet Earth. So let's, oh my God, this is rather nerve-wracking. Let's start the chronograph. Oh, thank the Lord, it runs. So there we go. It's off. We got 12 hours at the bottom. We got, I think that's minutes on this secondary kind of jet fighter looking hand there, and then we got a 24-hour on that 12 o'clock dial, and then the seconds there. So you see that hand is already moving. It's coming up to 1 minute, so it's working. Let's just see if it ticks over nicely. So it's slightly different setup than your standard Valjoux 7750 that I had before. There is a bit of wear and tear, but that's absolutely fine. The printing is great. See the little nicks. My God, this is a dream come true. This, in my opinion, is the ultimate space-going chronograph. Well, I'll discuss later about my relationship, my rocky relationship with the Speedmaster. Well, not rocky. It's just I'm in love with the Fortis, especially the Cosmonaut, and this. Oh my God, it's working! It's working. Let's stop it. Oh, great action, and reset. Yes, it resets. Actually, I'm going to let it go again, and I'm going to let it run for 12 hours and see if it runs. But look at that layout. That the same, very similar layout with the date. I'm gonna have to make sure that they set correctly. Same case. Everything's exactly the same. Just this is older with the tritium, so the loom doesn't work anymore, and we have a more prestigious movement. So I'm going to screw in the crown there. That's better. Threads beautifully. I'm just looking at the condition of the case. Yeah, you see some little nicks and dings and scrapes, but trust me, that's absolutely fine. When you're looking at a vintage watch, it's all in the dial. The dial is in beautiful condition. The loom, the tritium loom has patinaed nicely without any fading. of those hands, and that's what I'm looking for. The printing is all crisp. This is definitely original. I wish I had the case. That would have really, because the packaging you get, I'll throw up a photo you get with the Fortis, didn't get that, but for the price I paid, these are going for well over 2,000 now. I paid, I'll be vulgar and I'll mention the price, but yeah, I paid about closer to 1,400 for this, which is just amazing considering it's so lusted after, and so rare. I mean, we got the official, sorry I bashed the camera there, wow, only 300 of these in the world. That is exclusive, and even the anti-reflect, and can't speak. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. The anti-reflective coating is pretty good. We've got a few scuffs, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to reset, and I'm going to try and set the date, see if that works. Pretty sure it's the 20th, so what I'll do, I'll put it on 19, and then I'll tick it over. So I'm pulling it out all the way. Now yeah, it is a 24-hour hand. You see that it's moving with the hour hand. Interesting. Let's go again. Yeah, there we go. So the 21st. Just give it a nice good wind, about 30 winds, just for safekeeping. And then we'll pop it on the wrist. Oh my God, I can't believe I finally got this. This is the only watch I would have sold my previous Fortis for. So I'm going to have to size that, obviously, but actually it almost fits, but God, look at that. Tool-tastic. That is gorgeous. Oh my God. I'm in heaven. Yes! Right. Well, now the nerve-wracking part happens where I got to make sure it runs in 24 hours. So fingers crossed, touch wood. Let's take it back to the studio. So can you blame me? I mean, God, I am happy to report. Where is it? Here it is. I'm happy to report. What has it been? 24 hours later. Everything is functioning fine. It's keeping impeccably good time. The worry is over. You could tell in my unboxing I was nervous. I was a little trepidatious because the listing wasn't that good. The rating of the feedback rating of the seller wasn't very good. His communication was poor as well. These are all red flags that I warn against, especially to you guys if you've watched my videos. Considering the rarity, I had to go for it. And this was actually inspired by the review I did of that 57 reissue of the Speedmaster. Going into the history of Lemania's development of the movements and all the rest of it, it kind of planted the seed in my head, and I always remembered that, God, if only I could have found the Lemania version of my Fortis. And lo and behold, that week, while I was stalking Speedmasters to death into the wee small hours of the morning, I came across this Fortis. I took the risk, which again, I do not advise highly against it. But I thought it's such a special piece. And Fortis is a brand that's very close to my heart. When I visited the factory in Switzerland, it was a very special moment. I really understood how important that brand is, not only to the history of space-going watches, but to the history of horology and the development of the manufacture of the first automatic watch. They're credited with so many firsts. They really don't get the accolades they deserve. In that visit, I actually saw the real thing, the one that went to space in a cabinet. It was exactly like this, with the Lemania, the 5100. I had to get one. When I got home, I found the later Valjoux 7750. Yeah, it's the 7750. But obviously, Lemania, it's the one. It's and the problem is that they're so difficult to come by. They go for an absolute fortune, and they're always in quite poor condition. So to find one that is in such good nick, the horological gods were shining upon me. And don't get me wrong, I will always adore the Speedmaster. I have, as you can see by the picture there, the poster, the vintage poster, the Moonwatch, I have a profound respect for the Speedmaster. I always will. It's a masterpiece of design. It's a true horological icon, if not one of the top ones, definitely top 3, possibly even number 1. Not if old Subby has anything to do with it. But anyway, I think the Fortis is more me. Having visited them, having kind of rediscovered this great brand, also it being 38 millimeters, I'm forgive the pun, I'm over the moon. But yeah, chuffed to bits, I think, without the poor humor. But anyway, yeah, the chances of finding another one like this is so rare. And I know I said the Fortis was a keeper of my collection, and a few of you were quite appalled when I quickly sold the previous one I owned. But now you understand. Now you see why I took the risk. I even sold it before I knew this arrived, which is unheard of for me. Usually I wait. I had to be quick. And so there you go. There it is. Over the moon. Oh God, I'm doing over the ISS, I should say. Oh God, I'm so relieved it's working and it's in such good condition. So yeah, that's my my last purchase until that Royal Oak. Anyway guys, just a very quick unboxing. I hope my kind of crazy logic makes sense. Please let me know your favorite space going watches in the comments below. So I think, you know, a broader video on all space going watches will be a little bit more enjoyable for you guys. I'm off for a couple of days. I won't be back, but there's tons of videos for you to watch and enjoy. So I will catch you, hopefully, fingers crossed, next week. So thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.